but there's the potential for that. One of the things with this keyboard is it's got what they call 8-key rollover. So if you play a lot of first-person shooters and you're controlling your character and you're trying to do, 4, 5, 6 keys at the same time, you'll notice sometimes you'll get some erratic behavior where it will not register some of your key presses. This is supposed to resolve that with allowing you to press up to 8 keys simultaneously. So that's supposed to be one of the big advantages. Me personally, I have totally had an issue with that, where I've tried to press too many keys and it didn't work. And I figured with my playing Space Engineers, which I really enjoy, because I'm controlling myself in not just 3 dimensions, but 3 axes at the same time, there are definitely going to be times where I am moving in one direction, strafing in another at the same time, while rotating on another axis, and maybe using a sprint key at the same time, or something of that nature, where I may actually need to press 4 or 5 or 6 keys at the same time. So that's one of the reasons why I got this keyboard. It was also on sale. I got it through, this one was, I believe, Tiger Direct, which I bought quite a bit of stuff from them over the past, both Tiger Direct and Newegg. So pretty much I keep an eye on their daily deals type thing. And this keyboard had some decent reviews. It was like 20 bucks. So I'm like, okay, let's try a gaming keyboard, because I do like having the additional macros. I've played plenty of MMOs where, you want to set up a nice combo of attacks that you like to use, whether it's DDO or Lotro, which honestly they're both from the same company, so there's not going to be a lot of difference in their interface, but you know what I mean. Or whether it's Arcage, which I was playing and decided not to continue. There's a lot of different things. Maybe if I'm playing a source game like Left 4 Dead or Gary's Mod or something like that, and I want to bind a specific action to a key, I can do that. It's got, I think it's 96 kilobytes of memory on the keyboard itself, so the macros are stored on the keyboard, and you don't have to run an external program for macros. So I suppose if you're into a game where you need macros, it might be a nice investment. Again, I got it on sale for like 20 bucks. It's the X7 G800V. If I were playing Arcage, I would probably be using this keyboard to defeat their AFK system, because if you watched any of my Arcage system, their labor points, if you're free to play, you only get those when you're actually online, and if you are a paying customer, if you have a subscription, you earn twice as many while you're online. So if you need labor points, you need to be online to earn them quickly. And so in order to stop people from being AFK, they search for people that are just AFK. Well, if you've got a macro set up on your keyboard, then that would pretty much defeat, for the most part, any type of third-party software that they might be looking for as being active, as well as I don't think that would violate the terms of service because you're not using a third-party program. You're just using your normal keyboard. But, you know, I'm not a lawyer. Don't, if you do it and, you know, they come after you, don't say, oh, well, Claudia said it would be okay. You know, I'm not a lawyer. Don't want to be one. So, anyway, yeah, that's my keyboard. My mouse, I just use a Microsoft, what is it, an X3 or something like that. It's a 5-button mouse. It is a Sidewinder from Microsoft, and one of the reasons why I like this mouse is it has 5 buttons, but the 2 additional, there's one on the left and one on the right. So I guess you could say that it would maybe be like an ambidextrous mouse for left or right-handed use. But for me, I don't like thumb buttons on a mouse. My thumb does not really move when I'm using a mouse. It's there to hold the mouse straight. And if I try to map something to that thumb key, I might as well not even have anything mapped there because it's uncomfortable for me to use. But I do really like the one on the far side because I can easily use my ring finger on my right hand to use it. I wish I actually had 2 on the right hand side. So I need to find some type of a gaming mouse that's probably a left-handed gaming mouse so that I can have 2 keys on the right hand side, because for some reason they expect you to use your thumb to activate your additional keys. So one thing I'd like to mention about all this drilling is that I haven't had a drill explode. Okay, here we go. You can just barely see this. Let me hop out. Right here, this is death. This is one of those things that destroyed one of my ships and killed me and made me very unhappy. Somehow in my mining I missed this tiny piece. If I were to fly back and go at it at maximum speed, it would kill me. If I were to bump into it with my ship, it would damage my armor. And if I did not turn off my drills fast enough to keep my ship from bouncing around, it would hit a component such as my internal storage container and make it explode. These are death. You really, really, really need to watch out for those. I have lost at least 3 ships to that. That's why this is Mole 03, because I've had to rebuild this one at least 3 times. I don't always update the number just for replacing a drill, but I have had drills just break while mining, and because the drills are so close to my cockpit, when they explode, they kill me. There is also a bug where you basically just die in your cockpit. No damage to your ship, you hear an explosion and you die, you come back and your ship's still in perfect condition. Right now they're really kind of focusing on bug fixing. So hopefully that's one of the things that they'll be able to work out. The physics system I do actually kind of like. I realize that there are some issues, but I think so far they've really done a good job implementing it, and I'm enjoying it a lot. Heck, for me, growing up, I dreamed of being an astronaut, just like many other children of my generation. We had, you know, it was still fresh in everyone's mind about the United States getting to the moon. I actually live in an area near where Chuck Yeager lives. He's like He lives about 30 or 45 minutes from my house. I don't know if you know who Chuck Yeager is. If not, Google is your friend, and you know, learn a little bit about the history and the U.S. space program and all that stuff. So that's kind of cool. Oops. I don't know if you saw that spark, but I just damaged some of my armor internally there, so I'll have to fix that. Another interesting thing is I went to elementary school with the, I believe, grandson of Neil Armstrong. I believe his name was Scott. This was a long, long time ago. I mean, elementary school for me was quite a long time ago. So anyway, yeah, growing up, I dreamed of being a space engineer, I guess you could say. I really wanted to be an astronaut, and so, you know, growing up, I dreamt of having a spacesuit and flying in 3 dimensions and controlling all 3 axes at once. And so just that part of the game so far is really, really awesome to me. I don't really care about the PvP right now. For me, it's about building and designing and just kind of experiencing. I know that they've got some other things planned for this game. I don't know if they're going to have planets in vanilla, but I know that the modding community is out there looking at that kind of stuff, and so eventually I'm sure we'll have planets to explore. Food, oxygen, we'll have airlocks and, you know, photon torpedoes, and who knows what is going to be added to this game. I know the modding community is very active already, and I know they're going to come up with some awesome stuff. Right now, I know that some things we're just waiting for the game code to be able to handle it. In particular, the laser turrets. Once laser turrets are functional, I see things like batteries and large reactors being much more in demand. I had built a large reactor for this base, and there was a glitch, a bug with some stuff, and one of my ships got out of control. This had to do with landing gear, basically. For anyone who's played and used landing gear, you'll notice there's only one landing gear on this ship. That's because the other one broke off. Can't count how many times my landing gear broken off. In fact, I just had a ship yesterday that basically blew up because of the landing gear bug. So anyway, I had a large reactor powering my base, and it was totally enclosed inside of heavy armor. I had a large, my large mining ship actually, the one that had 49 drills on it, busted loose and slammed into that heavy armor, and eventually broke through it, smashed into my large reactor, and blew it up. And so that's why I no longer have a large reactor in my base. At least not in the one side. I do have one in my HQ base, but not in the satellite anymore. But yeah, if we have some type of energy weapon that we can use, obviously you'd have to have some type of, I don't know, ablative plating to help counteract that. Some type of mirror finish to your armor to help defend against a laser weapon. You know, I mean, obviously if you've got laser weapons, you need to have some type of armor that can help to defeat it. So that